Welcome to Marantz Rantz, no advice on finance. Spin the wheel and take a chance. Get an NFT and a little education. The system got undertold, that knowledge is flotation. You wanna learn? Well, you came to right place. You're pumping AMC, might get slapped in the face. Get your due diligence, know who the villain is. Don't be a sheep when the shepherd's carnivorous. So come learn, laugh, and maybe you win big. And listen up, y'all, the wheel is not rigged. Everybody get a chance in the live chat. Kyoto spin wheel, you win just like that. Retail fight back and this retail winning. Y'all just wait, man, this is just the beginning. All fellow simians, GME group singing the truth. We just chillin', infinity pool swimming. So welcome to Marantz Rantz. A lot of knowledge but no advice on finance. Don't even need pants, you can tune in naked like Henny the Mayo Man. Internet's most hated. Don't wanna lose your money, then it's time for you to listen. If you're ignorant, invest in AMC or Superstition. The stream about ready, they told us to don't dance. I do what I want. Welcome to Marantz Rantz. 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 Welcome to Marantz Rantz.
You know how there's like songs out there that just like give you invisible strength? That's one of them right there. When I play that shit, I just get hyped, bros. I swear to goodness. Anyway, guys, welcome back. Welcome back to Marantz Rantz. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. It is Monday. I'm back to my track. I swear to you. Welcome back, Alma. Welcome back, Amber. Welcome back, my people. You know who you are. I haven't seen you guys in a minute. I got over this past week. I sat there, I soaked in the sorrows, and now I'm back, and I'm feeling great. Why? Because I have to be. I have to be because this market is going to keep on going with or without me. I know that 57% of the Mag 7 stocks are actually going to announce earnings by Thursday. So what do I think about this market? I think we're in a recession. That's just me. I think earnings are going to put you in a recession because no amount of earnings is going to equate to the amount that this current market is oversold at right now. The overvalue, I should say. It hasn't oversold just yet. It's actually coming down, and I know people think it's up. They're like, it's 550 on the points. Guys, it was 610, 611 2 months ago. You have lost everything. You lost already 10% of the market. You're going to lose another 10%. How do I know? Because we got the bomb in there. And what's the bomb? It's Donald Trump. Can I say bomb and Trump in the same sentence? Maybe that's like bomb in an airplane. You can't say it. I'm just saying, the minute Trump talks, it's all over. But the truth is, come Friday, you have April jobs report. You have the jobless claims report coming out Thursday as well. Then you also have, we have consumer confidence coming out, I believe, tomorrow. You look at all the reports that come out monthly on that calendar, and then you say to yourself, okay, what's actually going to happen with this economy? We're going to have this retraction? Earnings gets you there. Apple, Amazon on Thursday. I think today, who's Domino's? Maybe? And that's a Warren Buffett play. But for me personally, all I care about is GameStop. Guys, it is the final couple of shopping days of GameStop's first quarter. You want to support your investment? Get your ass down to the store. That's all I'm going to tell you right now. We're coming down to it right now. This is the final week, the final couple of days of quarter one of 2025. Yes, I feel this quarter is going to be a profitable quarter. I know that we had Switch 2 pre-orders. Everybody got down there to the store, hundreds of people in line, people putting down $200, $5, $10, $20, whatever they want to put down. People ordered a lot of games. It gives GameStop an idea of just how much they can actually order. It helps out with inventory control. It helps out with transparency of omni-channel marketing and sales. I like what GameStop does. I saw that they actually hired a new senior analyst for the user experience for their digital platforms, and they hired this guy, and I was like, okay, so they're actually still hiring for the growth of the company itself, the transition and the pivot of what we're doing. I'm okay with it. Now, I do know about this T-Rex ETF via GameStop called GMEU. We know that it's a 2X long. They use swaps, they use derivatives, they use a lot of different items. I'll just say it that way to get their leverage, 2X. Guys, I'm not going to get mixed up into it. I don't care. I will tell you this, though. Short interest has increased. Short interest on GameStop has increased all the way past 50 million shares. And I already told you guys, this is what they're going to have to do. As the price goes up, short interest has increased. What does that tell you? The demand on the buy side is much more than the outflow. Inflow is more than outflow, but we've been tracking this for 4 years, and we tell you this every single week, and it's absolutely true. It's 100% true, and I'll show you the charts, and we'll go over it that way. Just remember that that's happening. I know that the actual beef on the street right now is Jerome Powell going to get fired? Is going to get replaced? I don't think the president can really do that, per se. But allegedly, he has the power to do it. I don't know how it really works out. I just know this. Jerome Powell's contract is up next May. I told you the last time his contract came up that he would be the fall guy. He's the patsy, basically. You're the reason why this market comes coming out. We can blame somebody. Remember the blame game. And that's why I also feel they have Bill Pulte in there for the Federal Housing Authority. Same reason why. When the housing market comes crashing down, you can play the blame game. But the truth is, housing is owned by Apollo. Once I figured all this out about anywhere real estate, go Google it. That is Apollo. So that's Coldwell Banker. That's Century 21. That's numerous other real estate funds for residential housing. So you actually have to ask yourself, who's going to benefit from the downfall of this economy? There's a reason why Mark Rowland was in the conversation with Donald Trump to be there for his Secretary of Commerce. There's a reason why all these guys are around the administration. I guess Elon Musk included. You know, there's these sectors of the economy that try to give value, and I'm going to give you an example, okay? Automotive. Automotive is so legendary. No, Shador Sanders, I'm not talking about you. But they're so out there. Automotive is. It's been around for hundreds of years. And then you had this electric vehicle company, and that's the one. They only had one winner, right? It wasn't Fisker. It wasn't Mullen. It wasn't Lucid. It wasn't all these other ones. It was Tesla. Now you think about it again. You have this whole industry around retail, e-commerce, and I only know of about three winners, but there's one that's like rising up through it all, hiring, getting it right, and I'm talking about the technology side, guys. Guys, I sit at a different table. I have a lot of information that I see from all different angles, whether it be Amazon, Sam's Club, Walmart, Costco, whatever it is on retail side. I know a lot about this stuff, and I'm telling you guys right now, GameStop is doing things that no one's doing on a larger platform as it keeps growing. People don't understand that GameStop is growing. They see it from a different standpoint because they're cutting down stores, because they cut 1,000 stores. How is that growing, Marantz? They cut 1,000 stores. You don't understand what I'm telling you. When you're growing your catalog and you're growing your SKU counts and you're growing the important parts of the business and you're cutting away the fat, that is growth. You just don't see it because it's masked by something. You know, if I go to the gym every day, guys, you guys might not see the transition right away. But if I keep going and I keep going and I keep going, let's just say I go for 10 years, everybody falls off. You eventually beat all the competition. Go to work every day for 20 years. And don't call out. Don't ask for vacation. Just show up. Do that for 10 to 20 years. And I promise you, everyone else will just fall off. All the competition falls off. This is GameStop. GameStop's going to work every day, and they're just showing up. And what's happening right now? The Switch 2, the demand for Switch 2, Nintendo can't handle. That's the truth. Hey, you know, that sounds familiar. That sounds like PSA, who couldn't handle the demand for all the cards that are getting graded. That's what it sounds like to me for GameStop. So I know what's coming our way because we're in a new world. We're in a new era. GameStop is. But whenever you see people start popping up, earnings reports and talking about these sectors, whether it be automotive, AI, and I guess even before cannabis and whatever they were talking about before. Everybody who tries to get the darling of the stock market, GameStop's going to be the darling. Okay? It started out as the villain. It started out as dumb money. It started out as these guys are a bunch of idiots. And it's a little bit different today. I see $30. I see $30 coming. I'm going to show you the charts. We're going to go over them today, and we'll pin it back. Now, I'm in my stand-up, right? I'm in my stand-up mode. I won't be sitting down doing this live stream anymore. Not for the rest of my life. I need to stand. I need to be healthy, and I need to work on that. So, remember how I was doing 2 live streams every Thursday? I won't be doing that either. I'm only going to do 1 every Thursday. I'll be working out on Thursdays. I'll be working out on the weekend, and I'll be working out the best I can. I got to stay active. I got to stay young, and I got to find it, okay? And it's just a part of life that I've been looking at. It's all around me. It's all around me, whether my father's health is deteriorating and or my cousins who passed away because of bad and poor health. I won't let it be me. I have a lot to live for. I have a lot to wake up for, and I just want to tell you guys that with all the love in my heart. But, okay, back to it. So, Domino's earnings coming up. We have Starbucks and I believe it's going to be Snap and Mondelez, whatever Mondelez Restaurants Group 2. So, a couple of other things are coming up this week to give you real indicators of where the market's going or where the economy's going. Trends get set. People actually give retraction on earnings and guidance, and we'll go over those too on charts. Okay? So, thank you because I can. I'll see you, brother. Don't even worry about it. Your son is in town till Friday, Amo. That's awesome. If you guys don't know, Amo's son went ahead and graduated basic combat training, and I believe he's on his way to advanced individual training with the military. He's in the Army, active duty, and I'm happy for that young man to make that decision. It's going to go a long way for him in his career, and it's a hell of a bullet point on a resume. And I just want to let you guys know, if you guys are ever iffy about your kids joining the military, you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be, because the administration previously and or the media always bends the information to make you think that it's a bad thing. Your kids could die tomorrow. This is the worst idea. It's the best idea ever. The military is the best idea ever, and they protect you, and they give you all the tools to succeed, and you could die in a car accident tomorrow, or in a plane crash, or a helicopter crash. You could die from someone else crashing into you. You know what? When it's your time, it's your time. Stop playing with that fire. You don't get to choose. It's not your job. It's God's job. It's not your path. It's God's path. You just go ahead and let him know that the best tools available, afforded to him, just might be that. They'll teach you how to breathe, how to speak, how to run, how to eat, how to sleep, and also how to prepare yourself. So I always recommend the military to everyone. Then you can go ahead and do the rest of your life. You can figure it out after, but make sure you get your ass in there, because it's going to teach you how to wake up on time, how to be there on time, and be in the right uniform at all times. So I believe Roblox is doing it too, Stacks, okay? Roblox on Thursday, along with CVS. I really don't care about a bankrupt company like that, but there you go. Kentucky for 4 years, he's ready. There you go. Kentucky, what is that? Is that Campbell? Fort Campbell, is that where he's going, 101? I don't even know. I don't know what's in Kentucky. I can't remember. It's been years. And do they still call him that? So, they change names on me all the time. All right, so here we go, guys. I do want to give you some of these headlines that are coming out of the woodworks right now. Some of the headlines that are coming out are small caps, the IMW, or IWM, I'm so sorry. IWM small caps, which is the Russell 2000, the whole market, by the way. I don't even have it on this list, and I should have it on this list. Let's go ahead and add it while we're here. IMW, right? Did I say IMW again? IWM. Lord help me. Right here, I'm going to put you, I had you on Mag 7. Okay, so I'll put you here. It doesn't matter. All right, so here's the Russell 2000. If you guys are not familiar with this tracker, it's the 2,000 top companies in the world and how they track, and they're allotted percentage-wise within this ETF. So this tracks it. It comes from 243 all the way down to 194. It is the first time in 25 years, is what's being reported, that the S&P 500 is outperforming the Russell 2000 by the largest margin ever in 25 years. Guys, what happened 25 years ago? The dot-com bubble. So, yes, you're right there on the cusp of a recession. While everyone's trying to show green, I did see Palantir come out at 110. I did see Costco go all the way up to almost 1,000 again, 980. But remember when I told you about TMC, guys? I warned you about TMC. I told you this is going to be something that's going to pump off of Trump news, and it can also dump at the same time. The volatility of this investment is scary, but when I see it pumped out in front of you guys, I got to warn you now. These are plays that people like to do. You know what? Let me get off all this. Hold on. I'm pissed off. Sorry, I haven't even seen it, and I don't care. I have not even seen this video, and I don't care, but I want to talk to you today, right now. And I don't care if I lose a viewer or two or a subscriber or two. I'm done. I'm going to tell you right now. I told you I don't like Richard Newton. And I don't give a shit what you guys tell me about this. This guy comes out with the video and says, this is how you make money off of this play. This is the shit I'm talking about. Matter of fact, don't let me misspeak. I want to pull it up. Not the video. God, no, I don't want to put you to sleep. But I want to put up what I had here. I saw a screenshot of it, and it was sent to me. And I was like, are you kidding right now? Let me make sure. Oh, here we go. So it says, oh, yeah. Trading GameStop to 100,000 shares. How to get crazy rich trading the best stock. That's his latest video a day ago. Then 50% yearly gains. GameStop can take your portfolio to the next level. Must watch. Must watch. Fuck, man. God. It's like, you know what it's like, dude? It's like It's like these kids don't know how to just sit back and let shit happen, man. You guys are going to lose every dollar. You're going to lose every share. You're going to lose every dollar. I don't give a shit. You're not deep fucking value. You're not Keith Gill. Do you understand? Like, you guys ever watch the And One mixtapes? You ever watch them? You're out there, you're like, man, I'm a street baller. I could do it. I could cross them up. I could do everything. So you get the basketball. And you go out there and you do a couple of moves on some guys who are out of shape with bad knees and ACLs. And you know what happens? You're the king of the parking lot. You're the king of the schoolyard. You're Richard Newton. But do you know what happened to Hot Sauce when he played against the pros? They call him Ketchup. That's right. You know what happened to the professor? He's making YouTube videos with kids at the damn beach in the park. You know what happened to Escalade? He died. You know what happened to Skip to My Lou? Well, he actually contributed to a team, when they were in the championship with Dwight Howard and them. I'm just telling you, there's pros and then there's amateurs, and you're not a pro. You're not a pro, and I'm not a pro. I can read markets. I can tell you where it's headed. I can tell you what's going on. I can read financials. I can break down a balance sheet with the best of them. I can tell you when a company is over-leveraged and devalued and you should not touch it. I can tell you when the board of directors are villains and they're going to destroy your company from within. I can do a lot of those things. It's evaluating an investment. We can do that. When someone tells you that they're going to day trade and they're going to nickel and dime and they got the recipe and they got it all, you tell them, do it with something else other than GameStop. If you want to prove it to me, then do it with something else. Don't put your fucking name on it and get the crowd going just because they're GameStop investors. And then you're trying to walk them to the water when you can't walk yourself to the water. You're a thirsty motherfucker, Richard. You really are. But you're leveraging yourself and your crowd. Because do you know how irresponsible that is to the people that watch your show, Richard? You don't know. You're oblivious to your impact, I guess, or your influence. That's why. That's why I am the way I am. This is why I'm going to stay the way I am. I'm not going to do it. Never going to do it. Put somebody else to sleep, not me. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway. Yeah, and I tell you what, if I ever see you bitches in here, hey, Richard's the greatest. Bro, you're fun at funerals. I'll tell you that. You're fun at funerals. Back to the stock, back to the channel. Stay away from TMC or buy it and write it out and see what it does. But for me personally, I think it's a play. I think it's a play on people. I think it's a play for the administration. I think it's a play for those investors, not for these investors. I don't think it's a viable investment. I think it's a company that's been strapped up in red tape for a long time, but Trump puts out I guess an executive order that they're going to do more drilling offshore. But then I also, in one token, hear Trump say he's negotiating with China and they're going to make it work. Okay, so what happens then? Did he write the executive order for leverage against China to be like, hey, listen, we're going to do this too? China has to come to the table and fall to their knees. Like, you can try all the moves. You can try all the maneuvers. What do you do? What do you do when the guy says, hey, bro, you do that, I'll slap the shit out of you? And then the guy goes, oh, you can slap the shit out of me? And he puts his shit down and he goes, all right, come do it. That's it. That's China right now. China's saying, you're going to slap the shit out of me? All right, let's do it. It's like calling a bluff. It works, bros. It works. If you're getting bullied in life, any of you guys ever been bullied? When a bully walks up to you and goes, man, I'll slap the shit out of you, bro. He's, hey, man, back up, bro. It's my line. My cornbread. Punk. Just go, oh, okay, you want it? Come get it. And be on that business. Stand on that business. That's all I'm saying to you guys. Maybe you guys don't understand these analogies because I'm too gone. You can't phase me. But here's the greatest part about this administration. I voted for this administration. I support Donald Trump 110%. Okay, but I voted for it so much that I try to dissect what they're really trying to do. See, I've already gone past the whole here's the media moment, here's the news. Oh, bullshit. What's the truth behind it? What are they really trying to do? Because I know who's in the office. I know the amount of private equity money that influences all administrations. So the minute you tell me you signed this bill, I was like, let me go look for deep sea mineral collectors. Let me go see who's actually going to get value off of this. And then what happens? I found these guys, number 4 in the world, and I go, okay, these guys are 74 cents a share. They bought it all the way up to $3. Then they dropped the bill. Oh, wait a minute. They made 300% already. And now the stock's going up again. Like, where are we headed? And why? That's what I see. I see that happen on everything. So I pay attention to a lot. You saw what happened with the contracts with Palantir. They announced them after the stock went ahead and hit the ground again. Took the stock all the way to 125, brought it back down to 80, and they go, hey, by the way, the government signed all these deals. Boom! There it goes again from 80 to 110. There's money to be made from decisions and press releases. That's all I'm saying. All right, let's go ahead and look at the VIX. VIX is an indicator that tracks volatility on the markets. When the markets are selling off and money's moving hands, this is an indicator to tell you it's unstable. All the way up to $60 at one point, now back down to 25. They're letting you think 25 is normal. 25 is not normal. Okay, guys? Just to give you an example, if you actually zoom out on this, 25 is here. You hadn't hit that previously other than the August 4th time frame. You didn't hit that since March of last year. Okay? So when you say, look at this, Marantz, it looks normal to me. I say, yeah, that's a lot of weeks. You see this? This whole rhyme and reason of up and down, look at this. When you come down after the dot-com bubble, you should be down in here. You should be down below 20, all the way in here. That's after the recession. You jump up, you spike up because it's, what is it, financial housing crisis. The housing crisis comes down, everybody starts trying to come out of it. Here you go. Now you have the Dodge report. You have all these things that Obama was implementing, and it creates uncertainty in the markets. But guess what? It starts pacing on down, and now you're well below these levels in here, and you're in here. Volatility is in the 20s, 15s. That's your average. Right now, we're a little bit above that. We're at 25. This market has those spikes here and there. COVID. This is COVID. This is a sell-off once they went ahead and announced they were giving you money. So if you've been down in this area here, this is the recession of 2022 they didn't want to announce. Now you go up. You still have a huge rip of sustained sell-off. Somewhere up in here, it's coming, and then we'll be in the bottom area. But you're settling at 25. You're settling at 30. That's where you're at right now. Oh. Hot this year just told me. I already know what you're telling me, bro. I already know what you're telling me. Hot. Hot got me, bro. Oh, my God. I wasn't showing you guys the chart. Thank you, Hot. Bro, you know what's crazy? Hot this year is on it, bro. Hot this year is on it. I appreciate you, man. That fool called me that fast. Love you, bro. Appreciate you. At least somebody has the line of the bat channel. My point is, we're going to be going up. This is a monthly chart right here, guys. Monthly chart. This was COVID over here. We're going up. It's crazy on the VIX. But you'll see the volatility. Here's why. This is going to be Bitcoin. Bitcoin at $74,000 just 2 weeks ago, all the way up to $94,000 this morning. So up $20,000. Now, does it matter? Not really, because it runs with GameStop at the same time. If you go ahead and look at the daily chart, GameStop's run up from $20 all the way up to $27. But we did hit our head on the ceilings. Now, this is the ceiling. This purple line is your ceiling. Okay? Listen to me, guys. We'll come back down in this area here, 22, 25, 23. We're going to be pushing this line down. We're going to be in here for a minute, all the way up until the annual shareholders meeting. We should have a breakout by that time frame. If we have a breakout before, it's going to happen on like the 20th, the 19th, 20th of May, somewhere in that time frame. It'll break out of this triangle, but you're not going to go much higher. What'll happen with the stock is it's going to actually go within this next triangle area here. So we're going to be playing in this area, and we'll be pushed down from the 64.83 line. will get pushed down all the way. You have to find your support. Our support, this purple line here, is not the same on the weekly as it is on the daily. Okay? This can come all the way down here, and you're going to be playing around something like this. Okay? It's something like this. So you're going to be playing in this area here on the weekly. And the reason I'm telling you we're going to break out, just so that we're clear, this is not rocket science, okay? It is time. The amount of time that you spend at this level, this current level at $27, there are so many people that are lower that are buying more shares. There are so many people that are higher that are buying more shares to average down. They eventually get to the point where the demand is higher than the 2701. How do we know that? We know that because of this green line here. This green line is your 50-day moving average versus your 200-day moving average. On the weekly chart, you see how they are getting closer. They're getting closer. It's when they cross, when that 50 breaks past the 200 is when the takeoff happens. If it were the other way around, well, then you'd see a downtrend. To give you an example of the downtrend, when the 50 fell below the 200, then it came down. And it hit the ground all the way to 995. And it took you, let's see, from 723 all the way to 24. So it took almost a year for it to be all the way down to the ground. Guess what's going to happen here? This is what's going to happen. What happened here? These got spread apart, then it got tight. And when it got tight, oh boy, it took off. That's what happened. And that's what will happen. That's what can happen. That's what should happen. And here's why. Remember when it fell below? Fell below, and you started going down all the way to the ground. All the way to the ground. The more time it goes down, you find it somewhere down here, and then that's a harder rebound. You have a harder rebound. Guess what, guys? We went down to the ground. We're going to have a harder rebound. We're going to get right out of here and break out of this zone. What do I think is going to happen? I think this stock's going to get to $30. Only because you're going to be in this area here as the breakout happens. That should be by June, July timeframe. We should be out of there. This triangle is actually right here. This bullish pennant is going to be breaking out to the upside, and we're going to get to the end of it. That's it. I don't care about announcements. I don't care about any type of catalyst that comes. None of that matters to me. This is all about who's buying and holding on the stock itself. If you ever wonder who you are all of this area down here. I'll always show it to you this way. You can look at it from the line standpoint. We can look at it like this, right there. So all that green is you. You, the shareholder. You're the green. So you are those guys, and you will be buying it up, and it'll keep going. Institutional buyers are all this green area. We took it from 10, and we bought it up, bought it up, bought it up. There's a reason why we're not going to go down. That's why I tell you we can't break to the downside. You can only break to the upside. That's what's coming for you at GameStop. Now, the other parts of this movement that you guys see right there, now that's the weekly chart. I want to show you the daily. This is the daily. These are the moving averages. Now, same rhyme and reason. We broke out. As we broke over, we took off, which is great. DFV was out here making calls and saying, this is it, we're going. He was making memes. When you broke down, you had all of this action happen, okay? Over here, right here. We came, we got really close, then it went down further. But here's what happened. You bought it back, it bounced up to about $1.60. To give you an example, that's $5, okay? You bounced back, you got close again, took you down, but you couldn't hold it down forever. People eventually bought it all, and it went crazy. And that's where it took off, when you jumped above. And you didn't cross back over. Not until over here. You crossed back over in December of 2021. So it took off for a good 6 months. Now, they've had their fake outs. We've had our push downs. This is all shorting the stock. Every time we break over, what happens? We break over, they short the stock on down, and we go down. So we come back under. But this time, we broke over. And Ryan Cohen did the ultimate move. He offered shares, got more people into it, carried it through. The only time we came down was when they shorted the hell out of this stock. I'm going to show you that right now so that people don't think I just make up the number. We're going to go to GameStop short interest. I can do it that way. I'll show you right now. Boom. We'll go to Fintel reporting. I think this is going to be the most up-to-date. I haven't even checked it yet. But Fintel report is short 50 million shares. 50 million shares that are reported short. Just to give an example, GameStop was at 7%, 8% just a couple of months ago, and they are now at 12%. So increased short percentages are happening. The shorters are tripling down now, not doubling, tripling down. You have available 4 million shares to go ahead and short. They borrow the shares, they short them. Who knows when they return them? As I look at the stock itself, it's going to be really hard for people to get back the price points that they're looking for. If they're buying in and shorting down from 27 on down, they're shorting just to hold it where it's at. Is this the FTD report right here? This is failures to deliver. And you'll see here they failed to deliver 200,000 shares, 272,000 shares. That's fine. I don't care about FTDs per se. That's the most that they had in a couple of days. But here's where I'm talking to you guys. So GameStop comes down to 27 million shares short. That was in February, all the way down to the ground. That was the highest. Listen to me, guys. This was when the market was going higher and higher and higher. The market starts falling down. Guess what they have to do? They have to increase their short because the collateral is against them. They have to double down on their short position, and that's all that's happening right now. You're doubling down to 50 million shares short on April, right? Now watch this. The last time they were at these levels was right here last year in May. We all know what happened to the stock. We all know that they started shortening it down and killing it at that point. But you saw what they were carrying. When they were carrying 50 on average, that was August of 2023. 50 right here. Look at it. You see it? On July of 2023. I want you to go to the chart. We'll do it right now. We'll go to the chart. Thank you. And we're going to go to the SPY. The SPY is at the current level 547. When we go to all the way over here, August of 2023, can we get there? They're never going to get there. Way over here. So you had the SPY at 430. SPY at 430. Do you understand how high they have it now compared to where they had it then? I'm telling you something. This market is so valuable today than it ever was against GameStop when it was over here. Why would you have 50 million shares short on GameStop and the market's only at 430, 450? You've pumped the market the offside because guess what happened to GameStop, guys? Back then, GameStop had a market cap of $4 billion. What was the market cap back then? I'm just curious. It was 23 over here. It was August of 23. You had the price point at around $20. $20 for the 300 million shares. So you literally had $6 billion. $6 billion. GameStop is double that now. Double the market cap. Guess what they have? Literally double the value. Literally. I'm telling you. That SPY is pumped so high compared to what it was before. And now they're shorting shares again even higher as the SPY comes down. SPY's going to keep coming down. They got to keep shorting shares, guys. I'm telling you how it works. It's just a hedge. It's a delta hedge. They have no choice. People can tell me I'm wrong, and then guess what? I'm going to show you the market. Do you remember how many shares were short on GameStop when the market was at 300? As the market comes down, they got to short more shares. I'll be here. I'll remind you. Okay? Oh, the price of GameStop is going up. Ryan Cohen, I mean, they insulated themselves. They created the moat. They put sharks in there with lasers. That's what GameStop did. GameStop gave more shares to the public, 140 million more. They increased their market cap. They now tell you they have exposure to Bitcoin, and/or they will. They have $6 billion in the bank, not $1 billion. They've done everything they could to say, look at me now. And nobody wants a piece of it. Everybody's scared. They're walking straight right now. But it's going to be even worse. And as GameStop shares get shorted, and the price keeps going, it's like committing suicide, Wall Street. You guys are the kamikazes. You guys are literally going down with the plane saying, it's okay. Well, we're going to find out what type of warriors you guys are, Brad and Chad and Wall Street. You're never going to beat us. You're never going to beat us. I'm telling you now. Your market's coming down. Your shares are increasing on shorts, and our price is going up. Look at it. $27. But it's not about the dollar. It's about how many shares are at 27. 447 million compared to the 306 we had 2 years ago. You can't even imagine what it costs them to short this stock. Guys, they got to carry a heavy bag. Got to carry a heavy bag to keep this rolling. And I'm happy for it. And if I'm wrong, which I haven't been, I would have been wrong by now. That's all I'm telling you, okay? Thanks again, guys. I'm reading the chat. You guys are good. Thanks for showing up. So that's the whole story about how the Russell 2000 is so disconnected from the S&P, and they have to be because the S&P is carried by 7 companies. And that's the truth. But the truth of it is that the PE ratios that this S&P is carrying are the highest historically that they've ever been. Even with the sell-off of the market today, it's still higher than the average of the last 20 years. The average of the last 20 years on those ratios around 17. These guys were trading all the way up to 30-something at one time. Now they're up to 20-something. It's just they're way overvalued at this moment in time. The whole market is. Stocks are off to the worst start against the rest of the world in the last 32 years. So since the 92 recession with Bill Clinton, you have not seen this market be this way, like compared to the rest of the world. And we're talking about Japan markets. We're talking about the Chinese markets, the Hong Kong market. We're talking about the German market. Everything. Everybody's getting equal value right now because we're in trouble, and no one's willing to admit it. Let's see what we have here. Netflix closed last week to its new high, all-time high. Yeah, Netflix beat the movie theaters. I tried to say that just last week to Adam Aaron. He didn't want to listen because he's a boomer. But it's going to cost you, Adam. It's going to cost you your job, but it won't cost you any money. Really, I mean, everyone already lost all their money. I don't think you can go out in public, though. I don't think you can. I think you're going to be very scared to do that. But, some people bet against Netflix. That didn't work out. Right now, it's being listed that the U.S. bank's currently facing $482 billion of unrealized losses. The only way they can survive is if they hang on another 8 years. This stems from 2022 and the 10-year notes that they actually gave up. So these U.S. Treasuries themselves are priced out with interest. Their losses, they're upside down. There is literally nothing they can do. And if the banks are willing to carry over the losses on their balance sheet, it's going to show that they have no collateral. I don't know when the FDIC steps in or the Fed steps in or how they're going to do it, but they would have to print up more collateral than what they have. This market is crippling, guys. Crippling because the rich just stay rich. Honestly, you know what I think it was? I think all these guys that are like at banks and finance and everything, I think they were just like, who gives a shit? I think that's what they were saying. Like at one point, they're just like, hey, we're 70 years old. We've already lived we already rode the yachts. We ate the caviar. We slept with all the playmates. What now? Playboy's gone. Go ahead, lock me up. I only got 5 years left, I think that's really how they're thinking. I don't think they care about their kids or this generation or the economy or the world. I don't. I think they rode it all the way to the ground, and it's uncontrollable now. Like the amount of devastation coming to the world, and it's not like a doomsday thing. It's like hey, this is real. Like banks are short 482 billion, guys. This is not parked in like some overnight repo market. No. We're talking about they got to carry that debt load. And if no one's going around developing new business, doing new commercial real estate, borrowing money, everyone's sitting on their hands, banks got to answer to it. But all I see is executives at banks taking bonuses and gifts and prizes and selling shares. Everybody, Jamie Dimon's included. So if the world's most powerful banker is selling his positions and leverage, that should tell you a lot what's happening. I know it was announced that they're going to have the External Revenue Service coming up. Now, I don't know how much of this I believe. Everyone who makes under $200,000 or more are going to not have to pay taxes. Well, then, in the same sentence I read, everyone's going to be making more money. well, are we all going over 200K? Because then we're all paying taxes again. I mean, what's the real rhyme and reason? I don't know. But I think that inflation is going to go up. My honest opinion. And I know they want to associate it with tariffs, but it has nothing to do with tariffs. That's a scare tactic to me. Here's what it comes down to. A company like Apple flew over 5 airplanes full of iPhones, and or now they're using India. They're going to use India to build the phones instead of China. India has more workforce anyway. But I don't know what the rules are for people. I don't care. I just think they're all full of shit. I think that if Jerome Powell, the head of the Fed, would have increased rates enough to actually get you back in line with what's happening. Like, it's always like take it on the chin. This is what happened with Reagan and Volcker in the 80s. They took on a 15%, 20% interest rate. And they said, the hell with it, we're going to melt. And there were lines for gasoline, for miles. But that's just what they did. They actually bid down on the tough stuff, and no one's willing to do it because they want to get reelected. I'm talking about all of Congress. They're getting rich by not doing anything. The people will suffer. They can print more money. The Fed can print as much money as they want and continually to print. They're printing now. It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. Interest going up. And when inflation hits, I don't know what sector it's going to hit. I just know this. I live in California, and my electric bill was $700 over the summer. If you go to Florida, electric bill's $200. Yet I can make the same money in Florida that I do in California. Why am I here? Why are we loyal to our jobs and our families at a fault to us when there's someone willing to pay you more? There's a lot to be said for security and comfort. You get comfortable, you lose. You get comfortable, you die. You got to be uncomfortable, or you got to be comfortable being uncomfortable. So take your chances. And if you lose and you strike out, well, at least you have something to fall back onto. What am I going to do? I thought about this, guys. I thought about this like 20 times over. Like, I have access to a lot if I were to do certain steps in life. And then I'm like, well, should I jeopardize my family? And my wife's right away. My wife's she's one of those like insurance policy people where she's like, we have an insurance. This is our safety net. This is it. Like, that's why she always has the savings. That's why I can always call her. Hey, baby, you got $40? She got 40. Hey, baby, you got 200? And she got 200. Whatever. I'm fine. I'm okay. Me, I'm broke. I'm broke every day. But, do I want to move and make my money go longer elsewhere and figure it out? Like, what's the end game? Like, am I going to keep moving? Am I going to keep chasing it and then, die? Or am I just going to be happy where I'm at? This is like the perfect paradigm. Like, this is hard. This is a hard balance. So I just try to find it, and I have no answer. It's like trying to find the meaning of life. I'm never going to find it. Me personally, I'm never going to find it. And I beat myself up about it, but I can't. I just got to do better than yesterday and find a reason to wake up. That's it. If I don't have a reason to wake up, guys, then we know what's up. But, yeah, it gets too crazy out here. It really does. And we have these conversations. And they're healthy. They're healthy convos, but man, I don't want to be in California. Not with Gavin Newsom, not with these prices. But my family's here, and I enjoy the times I spend with them from time to time. Well, from time to time, not all the time. China may shift to Bitcoin that thrives in uncertainty in BlackRock ETF. Yeah, you guys. Oh, we were going to talk about that ETF, right? The GMEU. GMEU. Huh. ETF. Goodness gracious. Guys, all it does is give you double exposure to GameStop, okay? This is it right here. On the weekly, this is the daily. GameStop goes green, it goes green. GameStop goes red, it goes red. Doubly. It's nothing major to really care about. It's at 218, down 218, while GameStop's down 117. So it's not traditionally the way they said it was going to work, but I really don't care, to be honest with you. I don't buy it. I don't play those games. I just buy GameStop. That's it. But if people were going to buy options on it to see like a run coming and they go, I'm going to go get double exposure, make double the money, I'm going to figure it out. Go ahead, man. Go get what you got to get for the day. When you lose your money on those gambles, don't just lose my number. I'm good. Tesla broke its downward trend, approaching the 200-day moving average. It's getting back to the weekly. So it had a breakout, Tesla did. And I want you guys to see it so that you guys understand why I paint the stock the way I do for GameStop, okay? So here's Tesla. Here's the weekly. Now, do you see the triangle I had drew before on the red? And then I had a breakout? Then we have this. You still have this blow up here and the push down. But this push down was over here, and I want to do it on the daily. Okay. So this right here is Tesla. And you had this trend happening on Tesla, okay, guys? So these are all really easy things to follow. Trend lines up at the top, getting pushed down, okay? Now, depending on how they perform, because their support's way down here at 138, you had to find the bottom and then come up out of it. They found the bottom and they bounced off of it, and now they're working with some Crisco, right? Whatever they say. But the truth is, that's just short term. This is not long term. On a long term trend, this is the long term, right? On a long term trend, you had it way down here, but you had this support way over here. Since it couldn't actually get you back to where you wanted to be, I'm just telling you, there was a fake out. Now this is a breakdown. This will be a breakdown past the bottom. And the reason why it'll be a breakdown is because the fundamentals of this company are overvalued at this time. So right here on the daily, you see this huge green? This is going to be your 50-day moving average. It fell below the 200-day. It's a fake out. It has to break past the 291. Listen clearly. It has to break past and hold 291, which is your 200-day moving average. That is treated like a ceiling now. So as it goes up, boom, hits its head. It can't get past it. It can't. And you have to be able to break past that 200 moving average, because then that would tell you that the people that bought in at 200 are holding and willing to go and get past it. They're willing to go past it. No one's willing to do it because they understand the downtrend on the Mag 7. It is Monday, guys. And I don't know if they faked you out. I don't know if you all believed it, but I want you to look at the left-hand side of this chart. It's all red. All of it is red. And when things are down 3%, things are down 2%, these are legacy companies. These are top companies in the world. They're all down. GameStop, my baby, is at 27. But I want to show you guys something, okay, on the daily. You see this 200-day moving average that it got pushed down below? It got pushed down below the 200-day moving average. And when it came up and it came time to talk turkey, it didn't just hit it. It went above it. It went above it, and it's been above it for days. That's you guys buying it all back. That's Ryan Cohen buying it back. That's Larry Ching buying it back. Now, it'll stay above that 200-day moving average. It'll just hold right there. So your bottom is going to be 24.90. How in the hell are you ever going to fall below it? You'd have to get shorted on down again. This is when you hit it again, you ricochet and you get out of here. So I have a lot of faith in GameStop versus what Tesla's doing, but I already knew something like this, where we broke out past it, it became our support, and we took off. And ever since then, everybody's been buying it. It became our support, okay? Right there, that was the support. The reason why it got pushed down, what'd they do? They murdered it with earnings and shorting and everything. You saw the short percentage increase from this time frame right here, go from 27 million shares short. We're now at 50. So they doubled the short, and that's what got you under. Well, guess what? We bought it all. We bought it all. So that's the difference between those Mag 7 stocks that are selling off. I don't care which one you want to pick. I don't care if you like, right here, if you like Microsoft. Microsoft's 200-day moving average way up here. How? How's it ever going to get there? It's gone. This thing is dead. It's just a matter of time. Give it time. It'll just sell off. Meta can't get past the 200-day moving average. Look at it. It's right there. It's hitting its head on it. Hit its head, came back down, trying another attempt to go hit it again. Not looking good. Meta's going to have their crossover too. The death cross is happening. Google already had their death cross, went up. It's now fighting with the 50-day moving average because it couldn't get past the 200-day. Do you see it? Hit it, can't get past it. Not going to happen. Amazon, earnings are coming out on Thursday. Oh, let's go Amazon. Not only do you have a death cross, you couldn't break past it. You broke it, and then you came right back down and fell down. You're retesting. I don't see 199. Oh, the earnings report's going to be out. You know what's crazy? Amazon's going to have a real issue with tariffs and I guess, supply chain shortage issues. They're going to give you all that narrative. No. No. Don't give me any of that narrative. You guys are a different business, right? You guys are a technology business. Like Google. Google come out with earnings, and you know what you say to Google? Yeah, they got search. They got ad revenue. They got all this other stuff. Do you think they care because one sector has tariffs against it? Google's going to win, right? You think Google's going to win? You think Alphabet's going to win? I don't think so. I don't think they can get it up off the floor. Apple, true tariff monsters. Can't even touch it anymore. It's not getting up there to 227. Jumped down to 169, which is a great number. People bought it for nothing. They're going to sell up here, take their profits, and let it come on down again. It's not looking good for Apple. Nvidia, same deal. You can't get up off the floor. So all of this is true. We'll see what Tesla can do. We'll see if Tesla can have a true breakout from where they're at today, and that's what we'll look at. But, you know, I have people not wanting to buy gold at 2K, yet they're buying gold at 3,500. We'll see what people are willing to buy these things for. They weren't willing to buy it at 1. You're not willing to buy Amazon at 186, Tesla at 276, Nvidia at 107, but you're willing to buy it at 150. Nvidia at 150 was great. It was all over the news, but at 107, no. Hold on, let's wait. Do you see how stupid this is? Meta. Oh, I loved it at 720. 544. No, I won't touch it. This is ridiculous. GameStop. Amazing at every level. Man, too much common sense, I guess. You know, S&P 500 on Liberation Day was over 5,500, 5,700 points. It's now at 5,400, down 300 points. Yeah, we got a problem. We got a problem, and it's not coming back. So I hope you guys know. Read more of the chat. I got to get up out of here. I got things to do. I got to take my daughter's car to the shop. So I just want you guys to know that stuff. Watched your live with Cosmic. You opened my eyes about Canada. Oh, bro, we can have that conversation really quick about Canada if you want to. It gets worse. It gets worse. See, there's more to it than just what you see, right? There's Canada who's been making bets on private equity plays for decades. And what Canada starts doing, that market itself, because I did a whole piece on this in the Discord if you guys did not watch it. There's like some mob ties to it as far as money being laundered through the Canadian markets. Absolutely crazy if you ask me. But it's true. I read it all. I saw it all. I go, this is believable. But Canada really started out with that cannabis play, and they started pumping up cannabis stocks. And you're like, okay, this is what they're doing. Well, the market itself, us, private equity, whether it be Apollo, Carlyle Group, all of them, Bain and Company, Blackstone, these guys are actually infiltrating companies, bankrupting the companies, right? Cool. What if you knew that that's what was happening? So you know that that's what's happening, like we do. We all know now. So I'm like, hey, guys, don't touch that company. They're being infiltrated by private equity. They're going to get gutted and cleaned. Kohl's. And I can't get it wrong because we've been doing it for so long. Kohl's, to give you an example, was a company that everybody told me, hey, Marantz, what about this company? I said, let me go look at it. And I saw it, and it was, up to $48 a share, $27 a share, $25 a share. I made the video when it was here in the 20s. And I said, Kohl's is going bankrupt. It's going to fall apart. It's getting gutted. Guys, you could have bought the puts. You could have listened. You could have done everything you want. Don't listen. Call me skeptic. Say I'm wrong. That's fine. I read the balance sheet. I saw the board of directors. I saw the direction of the company. I said, this is what's happening. I'm 100% correct. And it's not just about being correct. It's about getting the next one right. There is no way this company is $772 million in market cap when the book value itself is $34 a share. This is literally and this is why somebody like Jackie will come out and say, you should buy this company. And you could, and you probably would make money. You probably would. I don't know when it's going to bounce back. I don't know when it's going to find its value. But at some point when it hits bankruptcy or when they get a private offering, someone's going to give this value. I'm willing to buy this stock for $20 a share. Why? Because the book value is at $34 a share. That's the God's honest truth. It's trading at literally 20% of book value. Like it shouldn't even be where it's at. It's 1/5 of book value. Yet you should be buying this every day of the week. It's undervalued right now. Well, here's the problem. Here's the problem with that. You could take the chance and buy it at 6 and it run up to 18 and you made some money. But am I willing to risk that? Not at all. Not when I know bankruptcy is on the table. And just because it doesn't say it in the 10K and 10Qs about going concerns, maybe you don't understand just how bad it is. Go look at it. Because the minute they do what they're going to do, I'm telling you what they're going to do. They're going to sell their properties and lease them back. Killer move for cash, killer move for covenants, killer move for the executives on the board and all the guys who want to make a profit. You know, all the guys who are going to make their bonus money. That's Kohl's right now. The problem with Kohl's for you as an investor is if you get in and you don't have the discipline to get out, you're going to be hurting really bad. You're going to be hurting really bad because you're going to believe some YouTuber tell you it's going to be better than that. It's going to be, no, it's a transition. It's a pivot. It's going to roar back. You're going to see. They're going to come out with channels for Kohl's. It's going to be more than just Jackie. It's going to be more than just that. It's going to be more than just misleading info. They're not buying it because the chart looks so good. They're buying it because somebody told them to talk about it. Listen to me, okay? Nobody just tells you these stocks to talk about out of nowhere and you get the vibe on them. Why is it that only Masellam and Ankura stocks are talked about on YouTube and Twitter and Reddit? Are you listening? Masellam and Ankura. Because Canadian hedge funds control the info you're getting. Have you guys not figured that part out yet? They literally said it. They use Reddit. They use those platforms. And this is going to be a company like, I forget their name right now. They're out of Canada. But it's Moez Kassam and something funds with an A. Aston Funds? And I can't even think right now. Doesn't matter. Buy GameStop. That's it. It's that simple. Buy GameStop. This shit over here, yeah, it's undervalued. I agree. It's trash. It's absolute garbage. The amount they cut their dividend because they have no cash to give. They are cash depleted. And they're willing to write it out and be broke for a little bit just so that they can finally say, we tried everything. And then they're going to sell all their properties, lease them back, and now you have their leverage, right? The LBO, the leverage buyout. You have that coming. And so someone's going to get a sweetheart deal on this company, and they're going to deplete the assets, carve them out, buy their IP, sell everything off. It's going to be terrible for a lot of retail investors. And that's just unfortunate. That's going to happen because people are going to buy it when it starts taking off. And they're going to think they have a good thing at 18. They're going to think they have a good thing at 12. They really have a $2 stock. Literally $2. But those executives set it up that way. Masellam and Ankura and Legion Partners, they infiltrated multiple companies. They did Kohl's, they did Bed Bath & Beyond, they did Big Lots. Remember, all the companies you see in front of you. And we're the only YouTube channel in the world that talks about it. And the YouTube channels that don't talk about it, they just want to tell you you're wrong about this, and you're not wrong. How do you make money off of it? You gamble. You gamble. And if you're willing to gamble, then that's on you. I'm not. Okay? Thank you so much. You're gonna watch all the military movies with your son? There's only one movie you need to watch with your son about any of it. None of the movies I would like. Black Hawk Down, I guess, is decent. But the only military movie that you should be watching is 13 Hours, the Benghazi story. What it does is it allows you to understand that there are levels to the military, levels that he doesn't need to concern himself with. He can just go to work and work in installation, work garrison, or work if he does work the field, but you'll never be there. Draw lines on the monthly, and that Dorito is looking so sexy, Marantz. Yes, you're welcome. Some stocks are too inflated. Yes. Please don't tell me you need new tires. Mind games. My daughter's what is it called? Her alignment's off. And yes, she got a flat tire. One of the tires burned off more than the other, and her alignment's off. I think she hit her car pretty bad. I think she crashed into a curb, and I think that's why this tire, it's the same size. So I'm like, man, but I'm not willing to pay for it because I didn't crash, she did, into the curb, not me. So there you go. Saw your twin on Saturday, and he describes himself as a beast. You're a real beast too, Marantz. Cool. You saw Rico. Ask him where he was. It was Dannon's last day on Earth, and that's where I would have been. It is wild, bro. I'm just, I said I wouldn't talk about it on the show. But I don't give a shit. It's like I told my wife. We were at breakfast, right? Check this out. This is real. It's so real, this moment right here. I don't even care. I don't care. We were at breakfast, and my wife looks at me. She goes, "Don't do it." I go, "No, I don't care, because no one's gonna kick my ass. That's it. I'm gonna say how I feel about something, right?" And so I'm gonna tell you guys, because you guys are my family. You guys are more of my family than my own family. Let's just put that out there right now. And so it's really happened, guys. Shit. Mama, I said I was gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I don't care. It's because I love my cousin, but whatever. So let me explain to you what happened, because I have not talked on this at all. I have to get it out. I'm gonna get it out. Yeah, you gotta watch 13 hours. That's it. Look at my wife knows. Look at her. Oh, baby, I can't do it. I gotta do it though. Okay. So Saturday, they tell everybody get to the hospital at 6:00 in the morning. They're gonna do the honor walk. Honor walk is gut wrenching. Okay. What it means is you're gonna take my cousin Dannon. He's gonna walk him to the operating room where they extract his organs for donor of organs. We all show up. I'm talking about cousins I haven't seen in years. So many cousins that I don't remember names. And I'm right there. I'm like, yeah, Mom. I'm telling my wife. I'm like, yeah, baby, that's so-and-so. That's so-and-so. Like, I'm pointing out. And everybody comes says hi. It's cool. Everybody's cool. Everybody's cool with each other. Hey, the hallways are lined up with people. And my wife says it casually to me. She's like, could you imagine if this was you, babe? I said, no, I can't. She goes, I know. She's like, we couldn't do it at the hospital. I was like, no, we could not. There's too many people. You know too many people. The problem with Dannon is Dannon never really worked anywhere for a long time. So he doesn't have like work friends. He has a lot of friends, though. A lot of school friends and people that he met along the way. So the walls were packed. I see some of my cousins. Then I see my 3 little cousins. These are Dannon's nieces and nephews walk in. They walk in. And I'm like, hey, I know them. And I name them off. And I'm like, yeah, they're cool. I'm like, where's their mom at? Mom's not there. Where's the dad? The dad's not there. Let me make this very clear, okay? Dannon has 1 brother, 1 sister. That's it. The brother wasn't there. And I was like, I know him very well. He's my man. Hot pots and pans. Got my number. We talk. I was like, not here. All right. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I said, maybe this moment is too hard. Maybe watching your brother take his last breath on earth is too hard. Boy, was I wrong. Because when I saw my tia, who I've seen this happen twice now for my aunts. One of my aunts, her son died when he was 13. And we were at the church, and we were at the funeral. And she was the strongest woman I've ever seen in my life. To this day, she's numb. She lost her whole spirit, her whole energy. But I'm just telling you, she was the strongest woman I've ever seen in my life. She didn't cry. She cried, but she didn't cry. Like I was crying. because I was holding my son in my hands, who's 20-something years old now. But I was holding him at the time, and I was just bawling. I was like, I don't know how you're doing it. You're losing your son. He's 13. He died, right? She was like, I don't know. I don't know. To this day, I don't know how she did it. But my aunt, who's a strong woman, walking behind the bed that Dannon's getting pushed in, and the music's playing, and she's walking, and she's holding her granddaughter's hands, and she's just walking with her head held high, and they're about to walk to the end, and people are bawling, falling apart, myself included. We're walking, and I'm just like, man, this is crazy. It's even more crazy is after we're all sad. Oh, by the way, I got to call this hospital. Remind me to talk to the hospital and the staff. The damn doctor walks in with his Louis Vuitton purse and a shirt that says anti-Trump as F, AF. He wore that to work. I was already, and then he was like, excuse me. And I looked, and I stood right there, and my wife, she looked up at me. She knew I was not moving. I said, excuse who? I'm not moving. And he was trying to get in between us. I'm like, bitch, you and your shirt. Anyway, bro. Anyway. That really happened. I don't lie. There ain't no way. So here's the crazy part. My dad's like, yo, man. And I heard he had told my wife, I said, baby, my dad's going to want to go to breakfast after. I don't want to go. I'm not feeling this. And she's like, okay, but I can't tell him no. Because my dad walking, he's like, hey, man, I'm getting hungry. Let's go get some food. Let's go get something to eat. And I was like, all right, let's go. I can't tell him no. I'll tell you why I didn't tell my dad no. Because he looked that bad. My dad looked terrible. I've never seen my father look so old. And he didn't care. He was right there like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, no, you're not. But he's not trying to hear it either. He's old school. He plays Frank Sinatra my way every day, apparently, because he's just going to do shit his way. I can't tell my pops anything. I said, all right, pops. All right, man, you want to go to breakfast? Let's go to breakfast. So I'm sitting down at breakfast. Hey, my cousins showed up. I had 2 cousins show up. My uncle showed up. My dad, my mom, and my other cousin's daughter showed up. And then I'm there with my wife. And I'm sitting there. And I go, hey, anybody seen Daniel? I'll say the name. I don't give a shit. Anybody seen Daniel? Why was he not there? Man, it must have been tough. Maybe Daniel didn't agree with what was being said and done with my cousin. That's what I felt. That's why I said it. I was like, man, I got his back. They go, oh, no. Not Dan. Nah, Daniel's not here. Nah. Daniel's in Texas. I said, excuse me? Nah, he's in Texas. I mean, you mean to tell me the brother, the only brother, the one that Dannon called when he was dying to say, take me to the hospital, wasn't there? What the hell? That's crazy. Right? Like, I'm like, huh? I'm like, what's he doing in Texas? It's like, what? And then my uncle goes, well, you know, he's a Cowboy fan. And he's looking for a new place. He's looking for a new house. They're house hunting right now. They're actually looking at houses in Texas. I about fell out of my damn chair, bro. And I ain't saying nothing. I just looked at my wife. I said, are you kidding? I said, hold up. And my wife's like, don't do it. Don't do it. I said, nah. And I said, hey, I just want to say this out loud. I want everybody to hear me right now. That's some bullshit. It's Dannon's last day on earth and his brother is house hunting? I said, I don't give a fuck what you're doing. Your ass better be there. Second, that's how you deal with it. Okay, sure. Your wife should have slapped the shit out of you and told you, no, we're not going to go. And house hunt, that shit could wait. Nah. Then his punk ass wants to post on Facebook a post that says, Thank you for all your condolences. I'm at this hard time. I love my little brother. All this. Yeah, I'm not doubting your love for him. I'm not. I know. I get it. I do. The lack of respect in that moment was Rico-esque, bro. And I get it. I know these fools. They're all about how much money they have, how much they can stack, how much they can show off. These are the people that are bred in this family. I get it. I understand. Everybody up in this bitch. I just don't fuck with it. So when I block you, I don't talk to you, I don't text you, I'm not there when you call, all that shit, you know why? Because I'm with the realest motherfucker. And I said all that shit. All that shit. And I don't care. And I'm saying it right now. I'm talking loose lips, bitch. Sink shit. Ain't nobody kicking my ass. Nobody. You better pack a lunch. Don't give a fuck. You don't do nothing for me anyway. But the disrespect right there, as he on the deathbed, fuck you. I can't let. That's why I was so heated this weekend. I wasn't live with you guys. I'm still heated today. I'm still heated right now. Bros, I ain't the one. Yeah, no shit, babe. But I ain't the one, bro. I ain't the one. I'm mad at all of them because you don't just leave your kids, but go on a trip, vacation, whatever the fuck you're doing. Oh, we house. That shit could wait. That shit could get canceled. You got so much money. You trying to buy a new house somewhere. You got so much money. You could cancel that shit. Take the loss on the tickets. What's the value of one more breath? Being in that moment with your family. Fucking punks. Swear to God, bro. Swear to Jesus. I swear to you. I already said it. I said, man, it's on site. Y'all think I'm playing. I'm not. You can't even get a handshake out of me, a hug, a hello, oh, I'm so sorry. Nothing. I ain't sorry. And I'm going to be like this till the day you put me in the ground. Anyway. And people mad at me. People mad at me for being this way. Fuck no. No. I know. Listen. I get it. I'm not going to Rico's funeral. I get that part. We already established that when we talked. So yeah, well, I wanted to see who's going to be there. It's going to be some of his fans. Only fans. Nah, I still show up to Reek's. I'll be right there with Reek. I'll be like, yo, what's up, bro? You doing all right? I guess Rico don't know. That's how it's going to be. Yeah, no, I'm with you. It's not about that. It's not about that. It's not about, see, man, I got to tell you, bro. It's not about me. It's not about me and the closure I have with the situation. You got a mom, you got a sister, you got aunts and uncles, you got a family that ain't doing well with this. You got to be there for them too. You got to be bigger than yourself. That's my point. Shit. I was in pieces when certain people pass. My wife was falling to the ground when her grandmother passed. Let me tell you, she bit her tongue. She was there. She was present. Trust me, she didn't want to be around nobody. Anybody. Everybody could have gotten an elbow and a choke slap and everything. I promise you. But she was there out of respect for the person. There's no way. There's God's no way I'd let my mom and my dad have to walk my brother down that aisle by themselves. Not while they're crumbling. No way. I care about those people too much. That's just me. I'll say it. I don't care. Yeah, we know that. Anyway, I got to catch you guys later. I'm with Kyoto on this one. I just wanted to share that little story and explain why people are on block. That's it. You know why you blocked? Now you know. You don't have to know me. You don't have to say you're sorry either. I don't know you fools. I'm good. I'm rolling with Dannon. And my price on my stock is $27.09. Appreciate you guys all the time. I'll be back. I got to get my ass to the damn tire shop for my daughter, dude. This I agree with, somebody said. Okay. What did I post? Say, cool story. Show your face and your GameStop buy orders. I'll wait. There you go. Oh, that's what I said. Okay, cool. Oh, I didn't even realize I wrote that. Somebody was announcing GameStop's going to buy 4.5, blah, 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 blah. What exactly will that do for you? Somebody just said. Oh, no, that dude's gone too. See, I block people. When people say some bullshit on my posts, I just block them. Oh, these guys are ridiculous. Marantz, it's okay for some people to be critical. It won't affect your investment. Bullshit. Be critical. I won't talk to you. Oh, look at this guy calling me the F word. How does he know my sexual preferences? That's what I want to know. He's literally done more for GME in 3 weeks than you 4 years. Here we go. Block these fools. Oh, man. I love it. Anybody else? I love it. I just block. Guys, it's like the greatest game you've ever played. Greatest game you ever played is just go to Twitter and go to YouTube, and anybody who says something crazy to you, just block them. Remember Lou on Wall Street back in the day? No, I don't remember, John. Yeah, I'm smiling, Frank. I'm good, bro. I don't remember at all. Oh, yeah, no. Anthony, you know, the core of the money issue, whenever, like, people pass, I would just tell you, I don't know all the ins and outs. I do know this, that the money allegedly is not an issue, allegedly, but it must have been. Because if you had the money to keep somebody alive, wouldn't you pay it? Or else what do you have money for? I call bullshit. I call bullshit on a lot of people up in here. A lot of fakes, a lot of fugazis. It's all right. I'll be here. I think I'm clicking on everything to get the hell up out of here. I am. You know, you guys know where I'm at. I get around.
And on the count of three, go. So pretty. He doing front flips. When every father mayor rapper jump ship. I guess that's why they call it where I stay. Clean up the streets so my daughter can have somewhere to play. I'm the blueprint to a real man. Some of these niggas toss they tassel for a deal, man. I ain't going to hell or the hill, man. For my real fans. I got caught up with a Lil Xan. Couldn't stop me, but it slowed me though. Yeah, nigga famous, you don't know me though. But their DJ still play me though. Them I don't even need the radio. Cause my new shit sound like a rodeo. Got the old folks dancing the dope. So they fuck around, sign me the OVO. Ooh, I just might share my next one with Keith. Got the industry in disbelief. They be asking for a beat. This what it sound like when God split an atom with me.
I'm in the chat right now. Come get that smoke. Pinned to the top of the chat is the link to the Discord. Let's find out. Nah, I was generally asking. Yeah. You sure, Carter? Why don't you come ask in person? What's wrong with putting your mic on? Talking on it, speaking on it, click on your phone. No? It's going to get real hot in here. The shirt says Marantz Rantz, fool. You can't read it? It says Marantz Rantz on YouTube. You don't see it? Bro, this is the shirt you want, bro. I walk around town like that. What are you going to do with me? And why? Because I know about Wall Street more than anyone out here. Anybody. You'll find out. The hard way. You couldn't see the back. We know you can't see the back. You can't see me. That's the difference. These kids out here, man. All right, gentlemen. Feel free to learn about the markets. Feel free to learn what trends are coming. I already told you guys, over 50% of earnings are going to be announced this week alone for the Mag 7. That'll be on Thursday, by the way. That's Amazon and Apple. That's going to be the top 30% of all earners. And, you know, when you look at this market and you guys see the trend and the revision on guidance, you'll see why Deutsche Bank went ahead and revised from 7,100 points all the way down to 61. Won't even get there. I'll walk around like this. But I'm more excited for Thursday for Eli Lilly, for CVS, for Roblox, for Apple and Amazon, in addition to the jobs numbers coming out this week. So, yeah, let's see what the market does. And let's see if loose lips sink ships. Let's see if Trump can keep talking and keep dropping this market. I love it. I love the fact the market's dropped down. People keep thinking it's not down, it's going up. All that nonsense. They don't realize it's down from 6,100 points. And what happened from that standpoint? GameStop went all the way up to 27 as their bottom. So I don't see GameStop retracting below 24.90. So all these are good buys right now. They're a good buy order for anybody. But of course, everything, it's all relative, you know. A year ago, the same time frame, like right now, I said every share you buy, whether you buy it at 13 or 12 or 11, those are all amazing buys because the stock won't be here soon. It won't be at 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I told you this years ago. Pretty soon the norm is going to be 25. Pretty soon the norm is going to be 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. It's going to happen. You're on the upside. It's going. You guys all bought it when it was contracting, consolidating that sheet, and now it's gone. And it's going to feel great. Earnings will be coming out. Get down to GameStop and shop the best way you can. And don't forget that I told you so. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. I'll see you around, millionaires.